So friends, Oppo is calling the Reno 12 5G the best camera smartphone in this price segment. And honestly, that's a pretty bold claim, as there are so many great camera smartphones out there in this mid-range segment. And to be real, this Oppo Reno 12 5G is kind of a mixed bug. But wow, when it comes to AI capabilities, the smartphone is basically playing chess while others are stuck on checkers. And you know what? That actually makes this Oppo Reno 12 5G a solid contender for taking smartphone photography to the next level, with Oppo's AI-driven tools like AI Eraser 2.0 and AI Clearface. So today, we are going to dive deep into the Oppo Reno 12 5G's real-world camera performance to see if it actually delivers all these promises. And hey, if you are new here, then subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon to never miss a review video like this one. Now, let's talk about the daylight photos of this Oppo Reno 12 5G's main camera.
The Oppo Reno 12 5G's 50 megapixel primary camera is a powerhouse when it comes to delivering vibrant, high-quality shots with remarkable detail. In bright conditions, its pixel binning technology enhances light capture and dynamic range by combining smaller pixels. The result? Photos that pop with brightness, sharpness, and clarity, all while staying true to natural tones. Noise is barely noticeable in well-lit scenarios, and the color accuracy is spot on, avoiding any artificial oversaturation. Thanks to its larger sensor, you also get a beautifully soft background blur that gives your images a professional touch, paired with snappy and precise autofocus. Close-up photography is another strong suit for this smartphone, as you can see in these jaw-dropping shots. They are crisp, vibrant, and ready for your social media feed without need for filters or edits. However, the camera's image processing can sometimes falter under harsh lighting. While it usually maintains balanced exposure, there are occasional moments where highlights might get clipped. Despite this minor drawback, the overall results are fantastic. Outdoor photography takes things to the next level, with natural colors, outstanding sharpness, and a dynamic range that brings every detail to life. Whether it's landscapes or casual shots, the Reno 12 5G consistently impresses with its ability to produce stunning visuals.
All thanks to its 50 megapixel Sony LYT600 camera sensor, which is coupled with a 26mm lens with an aperture of f1.8.
Now, I am seriously impressed by the low-light capabilities of this Oppo Reno 12 5G's main camera. The low-light game on the Oppo Reno 12 5G is on another level, thanks to its 50 megapixel sensor paired with a wider aperture. This camera is like a light magnet. It sucks all the light it can find, and let me tell you, this new Sony LYT600 sensor is doing some serious heavy lifting here. These shots, they are not just good, they are chef's kiss amazing. I showed them to a few friends and they legit thought I used the Oppo Find X8 Pro to snap them. Nope, surprise, it's all the Reno 12 5G. Now, here's the deal. The larger sensor size and the pixel binning tech work together like a dream team, combining multiple pixels into one big, light gobbling pixel. The results? The low-light photos that are brighter than your future. And with Oppo's AI night mode lending a helping hand, the dynamic range and the brightness hit that sweet spot. In moderately low light settings, the camera holds its own, but in very dark environments, it's like the underdog that suddenly shines. Yes, there's a bit of noise creeping in. It's like a guest who shows up uninvited but doesn't ruin the party. AI night mode does its best to clean things up, though it can't completely kick graininess out of the extremely low light shots. So, while the Reno 12 5G crashes into daylight and does a solid job in the dark, don't expect miracles in pitch black caves. But hey, for the price, this low light performance is a knocked out. And you know, this main camera just surprised me with its 2x zoom shots. The main camera on the Oppo Reno 12 5G isn't just about wide shots. It also lets you dive into some impressive in-sensor zoom. And honestly, the results had me scratching my head like, wait, is this really a main camera or some secret telephoto lens hiding in there? The level of detail, clarity, and the color reproduction had me double checking if I accidentally switched to another phone. And let's talk about the natural depth of field. It's so smooth and organic, it could easily pass as a DSLR shot. The HDR here deserves a standing ovation because it's really pulling its weight. All these zoom-in shots were taken with HDR on, and the results speaks for themselves. The 2x mode isn't just for gimmicks, it's perfect for getting those slightly tighter 52mm focal length compositions. Now here's where it gets even more exciting. Since this has all come from the main camera with its f1.8 aperture, the low light performance is a chef's kiss. It manages to deliver jaw-dropping night shots that don't compromise on quality. I was genuinely impressed by how well these zoom photos turned out, even under less than ideal lighting. In short, the Reno 12 5G's zoom capabilities might not be magic, but they are close enough to leave you in awe. Now, the 50MP mode on the Reno 12 5G is nothing short of mind-blowing. The level of detail this mode captured is so unreal that it feels like it's bending the rules of smartphone photography. I was snapping some 50MP shots, and let me tell you, they are not just good, they are chef's kiss extraordinary. These pictures are packed with details, incredible clarity, natural colors, and a background blur that could fool you into thinking that it was shot on a professional DSLR. Seriously, I zoomed in 200% just to test its limits, and guess what? The details held up so well, it felt like I was looking at a high-resolution desktop wallpaper. That natural background blur deserves its own round of applause. It's subtle yet so professional looking that you might start questioning if you are somehow become a pro photographer overnight. And the fact that this is all coming from the Oppo Reno 12 5G's main camera, hats off to Oppo for taking smartphone photography to the next level. Honestly, I am genuinely impressed by what this little powerhouse can do. It's great to see manufacturers stepping up their game and delivering features that really make us rethink the boundaries of smartphone cameras. Okay, let's talk about the ultra-wide camera of the Oppo Reno 12 5G. Now, when I was testing this out, and when I saw that it was only an 8MP camera with the old Sony IMX355 camera sensor, I was pretty disappointed. I mean, seriously Oppo, an 8MP ultra-wide camera on a 2024 mid-range smartphone, that's like bringing a butter knife to a sword fight. Come on, you could have done so much better. Now, don't get me wrong, it can still take some decent shots, but when you stack it up against the competition, it's clear the others are offering much more high-resolution camera sensor. So yeah, Oppo, you could have stepped it up a bit here. The real kicker though is how this camera handles low light. The tiny 8MP sensor with the f2.2 aperture really starts to struggle when the lights go down. You can see the difference immediately. It's not as sharp or clear as I'd expect. And as someone who's the big fan of ultra-wide shots, this is so frustrating. I love using the ultra-wide camera for capturing epic wide-angle shots, especially when I'm traveling and come across something cool. But with this camera, it's just hard to get those crisp, vibrant shots in low light. Honestly, it's annoying to see 8MP ultra-wide camera sensor in 2024, especially when the tech world is pushing the envelope. Oppo, you could have done a lot better here, my friend.
And friends, the portraits on this phone, simply amazing. I mean, it's like the camera just gets you.
The portrait mode on the Oppo Reno 12 5G is simply out of this world. Just look at these shots. Don't they look they were taken on professional DSLR? I mean, come on. They are so good. Even I am questioning if I have secretly become a pro photographer overnight. Now, let's talk about that sweet 52mm focal length. For subjects like me, tall, handsome, and rocking that 6'2" stature, it's a perfect spot. The portraits look balanced, natural, and dare I say, magazine worthy. You can also switch to the 1x mode with a 26mm focal length, but honestly, I'm not a fan of using that for a human subjects. It's fine, but 52mm is where the magic truly happens. And let's not forget the details, the clarity, subject separation, and dynamic range are absolutely on point. Plus, you can also adjust the aperture to tweak the blur to your own liking, making this portrait mode even more versatile. So, what do you think about these portraits? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear how well you think they turned out.
Selfies too are solid, but I think there is still room for some improvement.
But man, the selfie results are something else. The clarity, the dynamic range, the details and the skin tones, all on point, no matter the lighting conditions. Now in daylight, the selfie camera becomes an absolute superstar. Bright, detailed shots with natural colors, What more could you ask for? Plus, it handles tricky scenes like a pro, keeping those backgrounds from getting blown out.
And to grab your attention, let me give you a quick peep at those AI capabilities first. It all starts with the AI Studio app. Well friends, I had a blast using AI Studio app on this Reno 12 5G. The AI Studio app lets you enhance or create custom images. You just upload a few images and it works its magic using pre-made templates. While some results can look a little off depending on the quality of the input, if you choose clear, detailed photos, the results can be pretty stunning. As you can see, AI Best Face and AI Clear Face. AI Best Face is a lifesaver. When you are in a group selfie and someone blinks or has their eyes closed, it works best when there are at least 3 people in the shot. Now, AI Clear Face is a bit simpler. It just sharpens and enhances photos to make them look more appealing. But it can sometimes ruin what would have been a perfect shot. So use it with caution. Less is more in this case. Now let's talk video. So the video recording capabilities of the smartphones are, well, let's just say a mixed bag.
Now, when it comes to the video performance, it's a bit of a mixed bag with mid-range smartphones. And honestly, I don't quite get it why they often fall short here. I mean, sure, they offer some of the best video quality in this price range, but let's not kid ourselves. It doesn't fit that level you expect from a $400 smartphone. For starters, if you're walking around while shooting, it's all good. The stabilization does its job and you get a decent clarity, sharpness and overall detail. Even when you are panning around, you can see that the autofocus does a good job of keeping things smooth. Overall video looks quite stunning in these cases. But here's the catch. While the video quality is solid, it's not mind-blowing. You will notice some highlight clipping. That's something that I wouldn't expect from a phone at this price point. It's definitely a sign that there's room for improvement, and it doesn't quite feel like it belongs to a $400 smartphone. So, while it's definitely great for this price point, it's not the kind of video quality that will make you go wow compared to some other options in this range. Now, the ultra-wide video, I actually really like it. The sharpness, the clarity and the dynamic range all come together perfectly here. What I really appreciate is the wider perspective. It just adds a whole new dimension to your shots. And check out the stabilization. Sure, the ultra-wide camera doesn't have an optical image stabilization, but it's surprisingly stable considering that. The 8-megapixel sensor does a solid job. And honestly, it's one of the highlights when it comes to video. Oh, and by the way, the Oppo Reno 12 5G also features a stable mode. And let me tell you, it does its job, keeping things nice and smooth. However, it's limited to 1080p at 60 frames per second. So, if you're hoping to shoot in 4K with this stabilization, you're out of luck. What really blew me away with this phone is its cinematic mode. Check this out. It's not using the standard 1x focal length, but instead, it's offering a 2x zoom. And let me tell you, I'm all for it. Sure, there's a bit of noise, but the subject separation and the details, spot on. It records cinematic videos at 1080p at 30 frames per second. So I'm definitely vibing with this cinematic mode. I'd give it a solid 10 out of 7. Yes, I know that's a weird rating, but hey, I am impressed. Plus, the stabilization is on point here. And look at my friend, he's definitely playing it up. But I told him to act like a drama king for the shot. Now, I am seriously confused about how this is even possible. I mean, this smartphone is so good at taking amazing shots, yet it really struggles with videos. There was still some light while I was traveling, but look at the video. It almost looks like it was taken from a smartphone from 2015 because of the noise, instability, and the overall poor image quality. As you can see, it's really struggling here. And here's another clip of me walking through the street. The image quality is just terrible, and the instability is so obvious. Look at those light flares, the noise, it's just all over the place. Man, I am really disappointed with the video quality. How can a smartphone that's so great at low light photos completely failed in low light videos? It's honestly frustrating. I mean, come on Oppo, you could have done a lot better here. The lights flicker because of the shutter speed. And there's just so much going on in the video. Don't get me wrong here. I've seen smartphone priced around $300 that delivers much better video quality than this one. So if you're looking for a smartphone that does well in low light videos, Well, this one isn't. But don't worry, I'll dive into more details about this in my full final verdict. Now, let's talk about the slow motion videos. This smartphone can definitely do better. As you can see, it captures 1080p videos at 120 frames per second and the details are pretty good. The next clip of my friends casually walking at 720p but at 480 frames per second. The results are decent. There is some noise and the overall look could be improved, but still, it's impressive that it handles the slow motion videos this well. And that's all.
So friends, let's get to my final verdict. So, this Reno 12 5G does an excellent job in the camera department for a mid-range smartphone. This 50 megapixel main sensor is the star of the show, delivering sharp, vibrant images in most conditions. The ultra-wide lens adds some creative possibilities, but it is not perfect. But friends, while every smartphone in this price range can capture amazing shots, what sets this Oppo Reno 12 5G apart is its AI capabilities. Seriously, those AI features turn everyday photography into a walk in the park. For most people though, this camera setup is more than enough to capture life's moment in style. It won't replace a professional camera, but it's definitely a solid option for your photography needs. So if you're a casual user who just want to take some good shot and shoot some nice videos, I definitely recommend it. But for those more camera focused folks, it's not the best pick. So yeah friends, that's all for this review. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, then please subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon to never miss a review video like this one. And if you like this video, then give it a thumbs up and leave your thoughts in the comment section. I would love to answer all of your questions regarding this smartphone. So yeah, my name is Hamza and I'll catch you in the next one. If you want to see this smartphone's full gaming capabilities, then click on the video right here. And if you want to see the full review of this smartphone, then click the video right here. Thank you for watching.